conducted on 4th of May 2026 in the afternoon session. A lot of students have been waiting since the August, because last year in August the date were announced and many students were chasing when is the exam going to be conducted, will the exam be postponed. So the exam is not getting postponed, rather I would say that it has been preponed by a week. Okay, I'm sure with this information now you will start your preparation with full energy, with full motivation to get into IIM Indore. To get into that, I am sure you would want to know what are the cutoffs and important topics. So let's get the details on the same. So if you look at the grad school zone, you can log into the grad school zone and check all the cutoff. If you look at the cutoff of the previous years, if you look at the last 2-3 years cutoff of a general category, this is the general category cutoff. If you can see here, in the year 2025, for short answer the cutoff was 24, for MCQ the cutoff was 28, for verbal ability the cutoff was 112. In 2024, for the same three section, the cutoff was 24, 35, and 113 respectively. And similarly, you can check the cutoff for all your respective category. You can check the cutoff for EWS category. You can check for NC, OBC, PWD. You can check for SC, ST, and everything. So you can log into grad school zone and check the information of the cutoff for all the exams that you're going to appear for. Now the most important thing, the paper pattern and the syllabus, the important topics that you should be focusing upon. So let's look at this here. So if you look at the paper pattern over last 3-4 years, the paper pattern has been constant, where there are two quant section. First is short answer, second is MCQ, and the third is verbal ability. Short answer has 15 questions, MCQ has 30 questions, and verbal ability has 45 questions. If you look at the time, this is the only paper which has a sectional time limit of 40 minutes each. Now, if you look at the important topics that you should be preparing, now these are the topics that will help you to reach nearer to the cutoff, or at times it will help you to clear the cutoff. Question based on arithmetic, which is simple interest, compound interest, profit and loss, ratio, proportion, averages, mixtures, time, speed, distance, time and work, numbers, linear quadratic equation, data interpretation, and logical reasoning. Now these are the questions which will help you to reach to the required cutoff. At times it will also help you to clear the required cutoff. So you need to ensure that you cannot go wrong in any question that comes from this particular area. Now, will this be enough to get into IIM Indore? The answer is clear no. Because you don't have to simply clear the cutoff, you have to boost your overall mark. And to boost the overall mark in two quant section, these are the topics that should be focusing upon. So the topics are coordinate geometry, trigonometry, matrices, determinant, sequence and series, functions, inequality, graphs, modulus, logarithm, permutation, combination, probability, binomial theorem. These are the topics which will help you to boost your overall score. So you shouldn't be biased toward one area. You should be doing both of them equally. The first question type that we discussed, these are non-negotiable according to me. You should not be going wrong in this question type. From the question that we discussed on the right side, probably one or two topics, if you're not very comfortable, if you want to skip those topics, you can skip them. But in my opinion, ideally you should be doing everything, because there is possibility that functions or inequality or a binomial theorem may have an easy question in 2026. So this was about quantitative aptitude, both the section. Now moving on to the verbal ability. So if you look at the verbal ability will test you almost everything. It will test you on grammar, phrasal verbs and idioms is something that is a game changer. Phrasal verb, idioms and vocabulary is a game changer, because you know it, you know it, you don't know it, you don't know it. Then there is reading comprehension, there are para jumbles and para completion, and most importantly, there are advanced level of para jumbles and para completion question, which comes only in IPMAT Indore. In IPMAT Indore, you will have questions of based on para jumble, where options are not given, which is unlike every other exam. So you have to actually rephrase the paragraph and write the answer, what is the correct sequence. So again, to remind everyone, the date is 4th May 2026. So just mark this date, and I am sure your focus will be on your preparation. I'm sure that you guys are preparing, but since the date is out, the motivation will be at another level. All the best for your preparation. See you soon with a detailed video on the IPMAT test structure paper pattern and how to prepare in next 8 months. Till then, bye-bye.